Give me your take on the US election and how things are tracking. There's been an amalgamation of recent national polls. They've all been collated by 5:38. And it says that Kamala Harris is ahead of Donald Trump by just under 3 points. So do you see this as a honeymoon period for Kamala Harris, Greg? Or is this now building evidence that the Trump campaign is in real trouble?
No, Peter, I think Trump is in real trouble. I think Kamala Harris has the potential to be a disastrous president, particularly for Australia. She favours cutting the defence budget. She's identified with every destructive left-wing cause in the book. But I can't believe how badly Trump has campaigned since Harris has been announced. So she's got massive advantage of him in funding. There is now an enthusiasm gap in favour of her, whereas he was going to beat Biden decisively. Not only was he leading in the polls, but Republicans were much more enthusiastic than Democrats. Right at the moment, Democrats are more enthusiastic than Republicans. They're giving her a very soft run. She hasn't had to do a single interview since she announced as a candidate. But Trump's campaigning. I thought Vance was a terrible mistake. He's a good man, Vance, a lovely memoir, and I'm glad he's a convert to Catholicism and everything. But he had no money in the bank. He was not a national figure. And he didn't extend Trump's coalition at all. Nikki Haley would have been an infinitely better choice, or Marco Rubio. And then since then, Trump has indulged in weird personal attacks on Kamala Harris. And then he's always talking about the past. He's still trying to litigate the election last time, which everyone knows he lost fair and square, instead of concentrating on issues like illegal immigration, inflation, cost of living, government debt and deficit, crime in inner cities. I'm just back from the US, and crime in the inner cities is disastrous right throughout America. So I can't believe how badly Trump has campaigned. Still a long way to go, and he might come back and win, but I think he's in a lot of trouble.
I thought what he did beautifully and uncharacteristically for Trump was in and around the RNC conference and the attempt on his life, he went quiet, and he allowed, after the debate, Biden to become the story, for the scrutiny to be on Biden. Of course, they unravelled pretty quickly when they had nowhere to hide, when Trump wasn't the distraction, the media rounded on Biden. We obviously have seen the result of that. Since then, he's his own worst enemy. Hillary Clinton lost the election when she ran more than Donald Trump won it. And it feels to me that unless he's careful, unless he attacks her over her terrible record, rather than a personality and a personal traits, this will be something that Donald Trump loses rather than Harris wins. And she's not under any pressure. You make the point about no media interviews. Where's the pressure for her to get out there and make an account for herself?
Well, 90% of the media in America is pro-Harris and anti-Trump. So Trump has, as they say, a high floor and a low ceiling. He'll get, like he got last time, 46 or 47% of the vote. Now, if he could add 2% to that, he'll win. But he's done nothing to add to that at all. As soon as Harris got into the race, Trump said she's a bum. I've got 3 adult sons. If they referred to any woman in those terms, I'd call them out. I'd say, I don't want you to speak that way. But that's the president. That's the former president. And the voters he needs, the independents, the centrists, and especially suburban women, are repelled by that. Now, they are wanting to vote against Harris. They don't go with her agenda, but they are repelled by that kind of behaviour. J.D. Vance, a lovely guy and all that, but he came to prominence by being a bit of a lout on Extreme Talk TV. Well, you can't designate all women who don't have children as unhappy, unsuccessful cat ladies. I mean, that's the equivalent of Hillary Clinton calling all of Trump's voters a basket of deplorables. I mean, it's just astonishing to me. Trump campaigned so effectively against Biden, and as you say, brilliantly in that debate, brilliantly at the Republican National Convention, but he's just been so disconcerted by Harris. And I think it is true, he has trouble campaigning against women because he's naturally a bully. And when a big old white guy is trying to bully a female opponent, it just looks horrible.